Hello everyone. What we have here today is a inexpensive plasma cutter that I picked up on Amazon. I have a bunch of projects coming up that I need to do some metal cutting, and got a little tired of running with just the cutoff wheel and the grinder. So I figured, hey, why not go ahead, pick one of these up and see how they work out. So we're gonna go ahead, get this thing unboxed and see how it does for us. I picked this up on Amazon. There's a million of the different varieties out there on Amazon of these. I suspect they're all probably the same or similar manufacturers, but they're all different labels and slightly different features and interface consoles. This one I picked up, and it had like a $50 or $60 coupon, so it was about 150 bucks shipped. So not a bad deal. Like always, I'll put links down below for all the details. Alright, well, looks decently packed to begin with. Let me scoot you all a little bit closer here. See if I can get you a little bit closer to the action here. Alright, let's see what we got. Important paperwork for our air plasma cutter. Set that aside and review later. Got a couple feet of braided air hose. Pigtail adapter, 240 down to 120. Actually looks pretty solid. Doesn't look too cheesy there, like that. Dunnage. What's this little goodie here? Oh, box within a box. Playing games with us. Oh, look at that. That's cute. Cute little pressure gauge right there. I bet you. An air regulator. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's more in there. Alright, so there's a nice little air in, air out water separator, and probably a regulator based on that knob there. That down the inventory line. That was the looks like 1/4 to barb fittings with some hose clamps for our braided tube. Bracketry. Alright, I have to cut the other end. What do we have here? Oh, look at that. They even sent us Teflon tape. How considerate for anticipating our needs. These guys are stand-up people here. Alright. Oh, what do we got here? Looks like our torch. Nozzle installed. Huh. I doubt that they run these things through a QC, but you can definitely see that torch tip there. Definitely looks like it's been used. You can see all the discoloration and the chunk of slag sitting up on there, and it's loose, so that's not the coolest. If I bought a new unit and got a used torch, I don't mind buying used things, saving some money, but if I'm buying new, I'm not so thrilled with a used torch nozzle in there. More nozzles that aren't used, so that's good. So yeah, let's I'll show you what I'm talking about there. You can see in the torch there, you have that like discoloration in the slag, and then you can see right here next to it that new torch tip there, which is nice and shiny copper, brand new. Set that aside, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Now for the mothership. Dun 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 dun. Packaging is pretty good here. Got a little ground clamp. Looks short. It's a decent clamp for a unit like this. A lot nicer than I've gotten on like cheap welders before. Alright, so set this aside. Set this aside. Set everything aside. Everything gets set aside. Alright. There we go. I don't hear any loose or rattling components in there. It's good first sign. Pretty lightweight unit. Reasonably fresh. I don't see any scratches or anything like that. No burnt electronics smell. That's always a good sign. Volatile organic compounds and some conformal coat probably. Yep, everything smells good in there. It's always a good bad sign if it smells burnt when you get it. So here it is. This is the Cut 50 IGBT unit. So you'll see there's these just two knobs here, a couple of LEDs, and this is just the current display. So a lot of these just had like one big LCD on the front, and it looked like you could maybe change some stuff on there. I actually went with a unit that just had some old school knobs, and I figured, you know, if the current display ever breaks, I mean, I doubt it would. It's just this little dumb display. But yeah, I really didn't want like some touch screen or something that one day just doesn't work and breaks and it's impossible to find parts for. In my mind, I assume that just some potentiometers like this are pretty robust, and if they ever do break, it should be pretty easy to salvage something to replace them versus some custom LCD display that, you know, you might never just have a dead unit on your hand because a display broke. So I go for more old style, robust. That's my my MO when I'm buying tools like this. Got our handy dandy booklet here, make sure we're not missing anything. All right, a lot of stuff here that doesn't even make sense. I was seeing if there was a parts list that would show you all the stuff that's supposed to be in there, but I'm not seeing it. A lot of really weird hyphens and stuff all over. These inverter cutting machine, which is sprung up in the 1980s in international market. All right. Don't get things too scratched up. Winner was 5/16. So I'm going to go ahead and mount these items here. It's like a little 1/8 NPT pressure gauge here. Don't know whether that's not a taper fitting or what that is, but that thing threaded straight in by hand and seated. Yeah, it's wild, these barb fittings. They just went right in and just seated. I don't think I missed. There was no O-rings or anything packed, or were there? Definitely no O-ring gland there. So maybe I'll just throw some more tape on there and see what happens. 14mm. We'll just load it up, see what happens. A little hooky, but it'll work. Just put your clamp on first. Always remember. Plenty of extra hose here. So might do a little modification here from day zero. Should have thought of this earlier, but let's see if I can just put a standard, standard quick disconnect here on this filter. Because the more I was looking at it, I was like, hold on a second, I don't have anything to really easily hook that up to. I don't use barb fittings with hose clamps underneath my compressed air items. So that way it just turns it into a normal tool. That'll be a lot better for us here. Quick disconnect on the inbound side. So I probably could shorten this up, but for right now, for test purposes, especially this thing's, you know, dead out of the box or anything like that. Good. Oh, screwdriver, go. There you go. Open the air valve, adjust the pressure and flow to the rated standard. Okay, but there's no rated standard. Looks like we're gonna have to do some trial and error here, my friends. Oh, take it back. Here we go. The pressure of compressed air should be at a reasonable level to avoid damage to the small components in the cutting machine. So there we have it, my friends. We will keep it to a reasonable level. So that's all the way down. And we'll turn it up and we go. All right, so let's do a little clean as we go. Ground clamp looks very self-explanatory. You untangle it, that is. Secure. Yeah, it's a little cheesy. You can kind of see the button there for the torch is like zip tied onto there. You get what you pay for, so I'm not going to complain too much, but yeah, a little cheesy. Nice and firm there. Molded plastic piece for you to torque it on, so I'm assuming they don't want you putting power tools on there. Or wrench, I should say. Definitely not power tools. Last step here, let's make sure this torch, yeah, they give us a little photograph. This unit first, then the ceramic ring, then the copper tip. It looks like it has a crack in there, but definitely doesn't go through, so I think it's fine. That's hand tight. We're going to be using the pigtail tonight. My 220 outlet's kind of like behind some stuff right now. This might be the one that's on the generator, but we're not going to fire the generator up tonight. Begin life with this plasma cutter on 115 or 120. Oh man, that is a stout plug there. Tidy up some. All right, up to the garage. So we're on the garage now. Got the air compressor filled up. Got changed into some other boots because yeah, I was putting it together in Crocs, and yeah, I've had a piece of weld slag laying inside of my foot before. Burned through the top of a shoe before. Not fun. Got myself some earplugs, some gloves, definitely safety glasses while I put air on this thing for the first time. This little pieces seem a little bit sketchy, so don't need to lose an eye because of a exploding 30-cent regulator. So let's go ahead and see what happens. Huh? Appear to be intact, no leaks. 30 psi? I don't know. Find out. All right, first time. The fan on, that's good. We got a green light and 18. So I have no idea. My test piece here is a just an old sickle bar cutter tooth section. So got that grounded. Showing display. Let's just turn that up to, I don't know, let's go start with the middle. All right. I can't figure out what's going on with this thing. I'm not sure this is good because every time I hit the torch, it started making this buzzing sound in here, so. All right, well, today's the next morning after we're messing around with that plasma cutter, and figured so I shot an email to the seller, tell them that there was arcing inside the unit and a lot of good stuff. And yeah, they just sent back like a can, just like, oh, here's a form letter, basically, different settings and pressures and stuff. Clearly didn't actually seem to read what I sent. So I went ahead this morning and got the unit plugged it into a 220 outlet, doing the exact same issue. Basically it was just, the ever so slightest little spark on the torch, and then it was continuing to buzz and do the arcing inside, and then the fan stopped and the unit pretty much just died. So I got on Amazon, did the request a replacement, so I'm gonna give it another try, pack this one up, drop it off the UPS store, and we'll give it another go. If the other one works, that's great. If not, we'll just return it and be done with this cheap plasma cutter adventure. All right, time to box it up and return.
I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already